says, can you kindly explain the hadith in which it's said not to expose one's sins? And what is the repercussions of exposing or bragging about one's sins? And what is the reason for not exposing our own sins in front of others? I have heard that this is because the sins will become common in the society. The Prophet ﷺ addressed once his companions, and he said, and the hadith is in the Sahih, كل أمتي معافى. All of my followers of my ummah, they will be forgiven. And he excluded, except al-mujahirun, those who sin publicly. So the companions ask, what is al-mujahirun? And the Prophet ﷺ explained that it is part of a person committing a sin at night and no one is around, no one knows about his sin. So Allah conceals his sin and doesn't expose him to the public. But once the day breaks, this sinner goes to his friend, his colleague, and he says, didn't you know yesterday, last night, I did so and so and so. And he exposes what Allah has concealed. This person, Allah Azza wa Jal will not forgive his sins. And you can cascade this downwards. So someone who plays music publicly in his car, blasting his boosters with and loudspeakers with music. An artist, a singer, a dancer, someone who calls people publicly to sin and he joins them in that sin. Those people Allah will not forgive, simply because they are calling others to follow their footsteps. They're encouraging others to sin publicly. And this is the route for destruction. People by nature don't want to expose their bad side and their shortcomings. There is an inner bashfulness and shyness in them. So when a person, normal person, commits a sin between him and Allah Azza wa Jal, he regrets it, he feels remorseful, he cries and weeps, asking Allah for forgiveness. And he quits. Few days later, he falls weak and he commits it again. And he has the same amount of remorse and regret, yet it's lesser than before. And this becomes repetitive, and he does it over and over again, with each time losing an amount, something of that sadness and regret is gone, until remorse dies in his heart. He goes on to stage 2, where he enjoys sinning. He doesn't feel any regret or remorse in his heart. Not only that, he looks forward for committing it. Takes him some time until he moves on to the 3rd stage, where he does this sin publicly. He has no bashfulness. He's not embarrassed of people knowing that he commits that particular sin. Then he moves to the final and 4th stage and level, where he actually not only does it publicly, he calls people and invites people to commit such a heinous sin. And this is the end of the road for him. This is the route of destruction for anyone who falls into sin and follows the footsteps of shaitan. And this is why we usually tell people not to circulate through social media footage of sins being committed publicly. So many times people bombard us, whether on WhatsApp or Facebook or any of the other social media platforms. They bombard us with footage, clips, videos of haram things being committed here and there. It brings sadness to our hearts. Not only that, by seeing such footage day by day, people tend to not think of it as evil and sinful. They're accustomed to it. And they would ask probably, so when is the next concert of so-and-so? Randomly speaking, as if it's okay. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. This is an indication that a person's heart is totally gone and lost. نسأل الله العافية.